All right, gardeners, I don't know about you, but just the other day was the first time I've ever had to buy pantyhose, and the reason for that is so that we can support our melons on our trellises here. And that's going to be the same kind of situation, I think, if you've got like big gourd that you're growing, or anything else which you're growing over a big raised trellis like we are here, but that needs support because it's going to get heavy enough to probably pull the whole vine through or break the vine, and it's just going to need you a little bit of support. Now, there was a little bit of consternation in the supermarket buying these. We got two different types because I took my wife along to help and she wasn't very helpful at all, mainly because I was looking for the cheapest options available that were going to be really easy to use. And as a reference point, basically this material is actually recommended for a number of reasons, both for supporting your melons and things like that, but also because it can actually be good as a tie for your, I don't know, your trellises and things like that, because it's apparently quite a breathable material. Obviously it's a really stretchy material as well, which is why it's good for melons, because as they grow, it's going to expand as well, which is why we're not using like some of our smaller little fruit nets, because I think they would eventually constrain the melon size. And while the use of these is normally recommended from a second-hand perspective, so obviously if you're someone who wears pantyhose, which for instance, I know that my grandmother certainly did, and she used them for tying stuff up in the garden as well. But obviously if you're having to buy them specifically for the job, it's a little bit different. And I think the two pairs of these, which are a little bit fancier looking, were like $5. And I think this, oh no, that's a two pair as well. That was like $3.50, and this is all Australian pricing. And all I was looking for was essentially cheap and easy to use. And these are like the knee-high ones. If you obviously buy like the full length, you might be able to use them, like cut them into pieces and get multiple uses out of them. Having never done this before, but having seen a couple of people suggest it online, obviously this is all a bit new to me. I mean, I have put socks on before, so not totally new to me. Now, does color matter? Who knows? So this is quite a small melon here, and I think probably what I want to do is just tie this to one of the pieces up here. Is that going to work? I don't know. So that's tied on. A double knot probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Obviously it's going to depend on your melon size. The more melon endowed you are, the more support that this is going to require. So we've got one here, we've got another one there, we've got a much smaller one that I can probably leave for the moment. I think, oh, and we've got one over there, and so we've got two different variants growing here. We've got a watermelon and not sure what the other thing is. Have to check with the missus on that because she grew these all from seed. We've got another one there, we've got another bigger one up there, and then we've got to head over to our other vine, which has even larger melons growing and that need even more support, and those are honeydew and rock melon. Oh, my knees. Now you might be wondering whether having hairy melons is a bit of an issue, and we're going to test that out with our pantyhose socks things on these ones here, which I have been told are honeydew. I would have thought the rock melons were the hairy or the furry ones, but I could be wrong on that. We've got one down here that's already done, we've got another one up a little bit taller, and then we've got this one here as far as the large ones, and we'll just have to see whether anything else gets to the size where it'll need support. Oh, that's not good. which I'm just hoping that that's good. Because yeah, having not done this before, I do have some concerns. And so obviously, just to go over them very quickly with you, number one, the hairy melons. I'm a little bit concerned as to whether the pantyhose material will cause an issue. I think that's a pretty universal problem if you're supporting it with something, because obviously it is going to rub on the melon itself. And in this case, the reason you're using the pantyhose is because they're going to expand enormously. So that is a benefit. However, the other thing is that obviously because these are just growing wild, and I guess I wasn't really trying to trim off the melons I didn't want and encourage the ones I did want, they're not always aligned all that well with the way our trellis is set up, which could put a little bit more stress on the plant stem, which is the likely point where the weight could eventually pull these off the vine and kill them prematurely, which means we don't get our melons, which would be really, really disappointing, because a lot of time and effort has been put into these, particularly at the moment, just trying to keep this ground moist, because I watered really heavily yesterday and it's already back to being fairly dry, and I'm doing it every day. They're getting fertilized weekly, and it's quite a lot of work. So yeah, hopefully this all pays off. And obviously, while we did spend a little bit of money on these, they should be reusable across multiple years, which is really good. And I will put the spare ones we've got, I think we've got 3 left, over in our gardening drawer for if we get any more large melons. But I'll give you a quick look at what we do have so you have an idea, and not that all of them are hanging. Some of them we've allowed to grow on the ground, and so those ones don't need the support, which is a boon. The watermelons we grew last year, we actually put like some yoga foam under them just to help protect them, and that did seem to work quite well, even though they are on grass here, which should put them kind of on a good kind of basis, like a good padded area of the ground. We don't want pests coming up and having a go at them if we can avoid it, which again, that yoga matting seemed to help. So we're gonna go find that as well and put that under the ones that are just sitting on the ground. And these little cutouts are only small, but these are now going to be multi-generational melon supporters, because last year watermelons, this year watermelons, honeydew and rock melons. So that is pretty cool. One decent sized one there. There's another one hidden in under the vines. Then we've got some over there on the other vine. Really, really exciting. So here we have one of our much taller and bigger melons now supported, and hopefully just being tied up like that will ensure that it does not drag itself off the trellis and off the vine. And then we've got some smaller ones that have not reached that support needing size yet. And there's another one hidden away over there. And then our ones on the ground now have the foam supports under them. And these are the hairier melons over here. And here over on our other vine, I'm pretty sure this is the watermelon, based on the leaf. But we've got a couple of these. Where are they? Oh no, they're not up the top. There's one. And there is an unbagged one. And what if you don't want to pantyhose your melons? Well, we've got one right up here that is currently totally nude. However, again, he's right up high on the old trellis and is going to need support as it gets bigger. And there's another one even further along.